discussing about learning organization. The meaning of learning organization we had discussed in the previous session. Today, we will try to understand what are the essential practices which can cultivate a continuous learning culture in an organization. That we are going to discuss in today's session. So, any organization which wants to implement learning organization culture in that particular organization, they have to implement the following points, which we will be discussing. The first one is promote personal mastery. Under that, the organization should support personal and professional growth through continuous learning opportunities. Now, this particular point we had discussed yesterday that in an organization which is promoting or learning organization culture, they take care of the growth of the employee. When we are talking about their employees, we are not talking about all the employees who are part of an organization. We are talking about good employees, effective employees, or best performers of the organization. Promote personal mastery. That means that how we can promote, how we can develop the skills of our employees. We had discussed also that if a senior manager is to be promoted to the level of general manager, and if the higher management is aware that this senior manager has to develop leadership skills. So right now his leadership skills are there, but they are not sufficient enough for the position of general manager. So what the organization did was they deputed this senior manager to IIM Ahmedabad, and the entire fees of IIM Ahmedabad diploma in for to complete diploma in leadership, the entire fees was paid by the organization. Not only fees, all the other expenses were also taken care by the organization. That is what it means, that promoting personal mastery, where the organization is supporting personal as well as professional growth of the employee by providing the employee various opportunities where he can or she can learn more about the skills require required to complete his job more effectively. Now, the second one is encourage team learning. Now, how we can encourage team learning is create a collaborative space for sharing insights and reflecting on experience. Encourage team learning, where a specific time is given to all the team members that at this particular time we will meet at a particular place. There we will be sharing our views, our ideas, our thoughts on how we can complete the task in a more effective manner. All the team members are given the opportunity to come up and share their thoughts, share their views, share their suggestions. And this is how the organization tries to encourage team learning, as well as now a person is sent for getting training related to a particular skill. Once that person comes back to the organization after successfully completing that training, that person is requested by the organization that whatever your experience was, whatever skills you have learned during that training period, share your experience, your learning with all the other team members also, so that the other team members who have particular meeting, they can also get benefit out of it. Okay, sorry for that break. I hope I'm clear to all. My voice is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that we were discussing that the person who is deputed to receive a training, that person is again given the responsibility to train the team members. Now the next is implement double loop learning. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a very important call. Uh, just excuse me for 2 minutes. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Now the next one, next point is related to implement double loop learning. Now double loop learning is allowing questioning of fundamental ideas and strategies for deep learning. Now, here, opportunity is given to all members of the team that if you have any queries, if you have any doubts related to a particular strategy which is prepared by senior officials, you can raise your query, you can raise your doubt. You can put forth that no, I'm against this particular strategy because I feel these are the drawbacks which are related to a particular strategy. So that's the reason why it is called as double loop learning. So here, the higher authorities can also learn from the junior authorities. It may be possible that a particular strategy which is prepared at the highest level may have one or two small mistakes, which the higher authorities may not have observed. Now, these mistakes could have been observed by the lower members of the organization. Now, these members are also given a free hand that you have every right to express your idea, your suggestions, your thoughts, your views in case you feel that if this change is implemented is introduced in the strategy, it will work better for the organization. So this way, both side learning takes place. That is why it is called as double loop learning. So learning, it is not taking place from one side, but it is taking place from both sides. It is not that every time the subordinates are going to learn from the boss. Sometimes what happens is boss shall also be open that if you have any better idea, I am very much open. If you are having better strategy than my strategy, which can be beneficial for the organization, I'm ready to accept or I'm ready to execute that strategy also. And that is called as double loop learning. Next one is it fosters systems thinking where it encourages holistic view of problem considering the interrelated system components. Holistic view of problem solving. Holistic view of problem solving when you are looking at the problem with all the angles. Because the meaning of holistic development is the overall development. So whenever you are looking at a problem, in learning organization, what happens is that you have to look at the problem from all the possible contexts, from all the possible angles. If you are looking from one angle only, So we were discussing about fostering system thinking. So this particular concept, it encourages a holistic view of problem considering the internal interrelated system components. Interrelated means one department connected to another department. So there has to be coordination that we had discussed in the last session, previous session also, that there has to be uh, coordination between uh, one and the other department. So the problem, the strategy which is being prepared by the higher authorities is to be looked upon from all the angles, that if we implement from how it will be profitable from the angle of customers, how it will be profitable from the angle of organization, how that particular strategy is going to be helpful for the employees who are working in the organization. So for from each angle, we need to understand about that particular strategy, and that is what fosters system thinking means. Next one is develop shared vision. Very important. Now, under developed shared vision is craft a common purpose that aligns individual and organizational goals. The organization can grow, the organization can earn more profit, where both the management as well as the employees of the organization, they are having a common goal, and goal is for the growth of the organization. In an organization where the management is having separate goal, the employees are having another goal, that organization, we cannot say, we can say that organization is not going to be profitable over a longer period of time. The goal of the organization, for example, the goal of the organization is to achieve a target of 10% profit next year, and the goal of the employee is, they are not concerned with achieving how they are will be able, or how they will be helping the organization to achieve the profit from 6% profit to 10% or more profit, but they are more concerned with that last year 6% profit was there, so we need better incentive next year. So their goal is to get better incentive, whether we achieve that 10% of profit or not, we are not bothered. But last for the last 2 3 years, the organization is getting profit in the range of 4 to 6%. So we should be getting more incentives. So their goal is different, the organizational goal is different. When there is clash of goal, we can say the organization cannot operate smoothly. And one of the very important factor for implementation of organizational culture concept, the organization has to develop a shared vision. Both the employee and the organization, they have a common vision. Employees are also supporting how the organization, okay, we will try hard, we will make sure that this year or next year the organization achieves the target of increase in the profit by 10% or more than 10%. And when both the employees as well as the organization is having the shared vision, then more chances are there that the organization will be able to achieve that vision. Next one is cultivate mental models. Under that, challenge underlying assumptions to improve decision making processes. It means that the organization should provide an opportunity or an environment in the organization where each and every person is given an opportunity to contribute mentally towards the organization. Mentally towards the organization means where opportunity is given right from the top to the lowest employee in the organization, because each and every person, whether a person who is graduated from Harvard and who is the CEO of the organization, or a person who is graduate from a very normal B school who is at the middle level or at the lower middle level or at the lower level itself, not a graduate also, that person is only SSC or less than SSC, right from top to the last person in the organization, each and every person is given that responsibility that yes, everyone is free to contribute mentally. That means everyone can uh, share their views, their ideas, and that promotes innovation in the organization. So these were some of the points which promotes the learning organizational culture in an organization. I hope my voice is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Acha, only Mohit sir is there. Rest all the any other student who can say that I am audible. Any other student who is actively there in the session. There are two type of listeners. One is active, the other one is passive. Passive, I hope that everyone is passive listener. You have just logged in and not bothered what the teacher is talking. Only Mohit sir is there who is active listener. No problem. I'll be asking you question whenever you will be meeting me or whenever you will be coming to the college for getting my signature. Then let's see how many were there in the session passively and how many were there actively. Okay, no problem. If you are not interested, we are also not that interested. It is my responsibility, so I will be completing my responsibility. I'll be completing the syllabus. Rest, it is up to you. No problem. So, learning organization pyramid, that we will be discussing very quickly, because I hope that everyone is so intelligent that you do not require any more input from our side, right? So, learning organization pyramid. So, it is sort of pyramid. You can see it is there on the slide, and on the left and on the right, there are certain things written. I'll read out and I'll try to explain. The first point written is personal value. This is for you. You means the employees. Individual. Just a moment. I'll get back. Yes, dear students, please wait for few minutes, a minute or so. There is an emergency at our place. I'll complete that and then we will again restart. So don't go. We will be starting the session immediately. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Again, we will start with the learning organizational pyramid. So it talks about a personal value. This is for you as an individual, as a team member, and as a leader. So in the previous slide, we had discussed that if any organization wants to go ahead with the learning organization culture, how they can implement. Now, same pyramid, it is shown in the form of pyramid. So the most important, the personal value, this is for the employee as an individual team member and as a leader. So, what are the role and responsibility of a leader? What are the role and responsibilities of a team member? And what are the role and responsibilities of a individual member in learning organization? In the previous slide, we had discussed that each and every person has to contribute towards the growth of the organization. Every employee is given a free hand. A free environment is given in the organization where all the employees are free to share their ideas. That is what the personal value means. Here, a growth mindset approach is relevant for your work as well as your career management. So, growth mindset is there. And the organization here is trying to develop that mindset among the employees. Every person in the organization is given the responsibility that you can grow in this particular organization. You have to perform well. If you are coming up with better ideas, better skills, you can have growth in this organization. That is what that type of mental mindset is shared among all the employees. Now, this you can see on the slide also, that operational impact and business impact. Is the impact of learning organization on the organization value? Now, here the focus is threefold. First one, how to build strong organizational capabilities for shaping the future. Second, improve current operation. And third, impact for current and future customers. So these are the three important points which are focused in learning organization pyramid. So the first one is how to build strong organizational capabilities. The focus is on that. Now here the organization is of the opinion, instead of single person taking all the decisions, instead of single person designing the strategy, more people who are going to be directly affected because of that particular strategy shall be included in designing the strategy. The idea is that if more brains are working on a particular strategy, we can come up with a better strategy than a individual brain working on designing a particular strategy. That is the first point. Second, it tries to improve current operation. How current operation? When all the employees are of the opinion or they are aware that whatever their suggestions, their views, their thoughts, they are given uh, consideration by the management. Their ideas, their suggestions, they are considered. They are, the organization checks those ideas, whether it can be implemented or not, whether it can, if we implement this, whether it can be profitable for the organization or not. All these things are taken care by the organization. and that improves the capability, the current operations of the organization. Instead of the top management giving them all the instructions, here, before making that strategy, all the team members are taken into confidence that we want to design a new strategy, and this is our design related to new strategy. If you want to add into it, the forum is open for each and everyone's participation. And when all the members are aware that it is not my general manager who has come up with this strategy, it is our general manager along with all of us who were responsible for designing of this strategy. So when execution comes into place, then it is our responsibility as a whole team that we should see to it that the whatever good results which were say analyzed at the time of strategy designing, they are achieved by the organization. And the third one, impact on the current and future customers. When there is a old saying, and that saying is, a happy customer is always a productive customer. A happy customer or happy employee is always a productive employee. So when your internal employees are happy, they will go extra mile to see to it that your customers are kept happy. And that's why various studies were conducted, and all the studies have proved that a happy worker is always a productive worker. So the impact on your existing as well as your probable customers will always be good if your employees are happy. After sales services will be excellent when your employees are happy. Now, why the employees are happy? Because they are aware that we are given opportunity to grow in the organization. We are given the opportunity to polish or develop our skills. We are given opportunity to participate in strategy implementation or decision making. When such type of environment is existing in the organization, then we can say, yes, the employees are going to be happy. And that happy employee will ensure not only the organization's current existing customers are kept happy, but also the future customers will also be, they will make sure that the future customers are also kept happy. So that is related to the learning organization pyramid. Now we will move on to the next topic, which is called as management by objective. So management by objective, a strategic management model that aims to improve the performance of an organization by clearly defining the objectives that are agreed to by both management and employees. So MBO, management by objective, it is also called as in short form, it is MBO. More frequently, instead of management by objective, MBO is used. So here in the slide itself, it is written, when the objectives are framed not only by the management, but they are framed by both the management as well as by the employees, then it is called as management by objective or MBO. Now, how this management by objective works, that we are going to discuss. The on the slide you can see top management philosophy, and then you can also see continued support and commitment, then superior, and you can also see subordinate. Then in management by objective, what happens is that whenever a goal is to be set, whenever the target is to be set, whenever a new strategy is to be implemented by the organization, both the management people as well as the people who or the employees who are going to be affected by that particular decision, or who are responsible for implementing that particular strategy or that particular decision, both come together, they sit together, and they discuss that particular strategy or that particular decision, that particular target, that particular goal, and then they decide on a particular goal, a particular target, a particular decision, a particular strategy. And that is called as management by objective. So the top management philosophy is continued support and commitment. There has to be commitment and continuous support from the top management. If you are coming up with a new strategy, or if you want to implement new strategy, for both the things, the commitment of the top management is essential. Without the commitment of the top management, you cannot implement that strategy well. That is very important, that you should have the commitment of your top management. Essential. So the top management philosophy is that continued support and commitment is there. Now, on the slide, you can see that there are certain boxes. In those boxes, certain words are written. Discuss those words, and then we will elaborate on that. So it starts with establish long-term goals. So first one is establish long-term goals. Now, who is going to establish the long-term goals? So final decision, of course, will be taken by the management. But here, the suggestion taken from the subordinates. So instead of management taking the decision single-handedly, they are talking to the concerned employees, that if you have any views, if you have any thoughts, please put forth your views, suggestions, because we want to um, uh, decide upon a particular decision. We want to implement a particular strategy. That we need to understand. So that is related to this. Now, once the first one is establish the long-term goals. Once your long-term goals are established, then establish specific objectives and develop action plan. Long-term goal, yes, it is to be taken, it is to be decided by the top management. But when we are discussing about the our short-term objectives or developing action plan for how we can achieve that particular uh, objective or that particular goal, that is to be decided in both the superior and the subordinate. Both need to come together and they have to decide upon this. There you can see the bracket also, that uh, in on the left side the superior bracket is there, on the right side the subordinate bracket is there. And now whenever we want to a plan for achieving that particular specific objective, specific target, not only the superior will not be following a planning that this is the strategy. By implementing this strategy we will be able to achieve the target which is set by the organization, or which is set for our own department. But both the bracket indicates that both the superior and subordinate, they are sitting together and they are talking to each other how in a most effective manner they can achieve the objective, and then appraise results and take corrective action. Appraise results means when the results are to be measured, again the results are to be measured by both the employees as well as the superior, subordinate as well as the superior, whether we have achieved the result or not. And when we have achieved the desired result, the next thing is that appraise those results. The people who are responsible for achieving that result, those people are to be rewarded. And the last one is take corrective action. Take corrective action means that if you are unable to achieve the target, then again you have to think that why we were unable to achieve the target. Is any change required in the particular strategy? That we need to understand and that we need to implement. And that is what management by objective is. Now, the next one is strategic management process evaluation and control. Now, here we will be discussing two concepts. One is strategic management evaluation and strategic management control process. So, two different concepts are there. Within 2 minutes, we will take an overview, and in the next session, we will discuss in detail about what it is. So, manage strategic management process evaluation. Evaluation, we all are aware. The meaning of evaluation. Every organization has evaluation process for measuring the performance of individual employees as well as for measuring the performance of the team. With the help of evaluation system, the organization comes to know that who are the top employees, who are the average employees, and who are the poor employees, poor performing employees. With the help of evaluation techniques, evaluation methods, the organization comes to know. Then we will be discussing the other system, which is called as control. Now, control system means which controls the functioning of the organization. It also talks about how we can control. We can control through monitoring. Now, how this monitoring should be? That monitoring should be continuous monitoring. It has been decided by the management that this is the target and we need to achieve this target at the end of 1 month. So here we are not going to wait for the complete month to end. That at the end we are going to evaluate, or we will see whether we are able to achieve the target or not. So what we will be doing here is we will try to see to it that we are continuously monitoring the progress of the organization towards that particular goal, whether we are moving in the right direction or not. So we are not going to wait till the end of the month, 30 days. Every day we will be monitoring the progress. Every day measurement will be there. So that month end goal is divided into day wise goals. And every day the performance of the employee will be measured. Why they are measuring the performance on each and every day? So that if any corrective actions are to be taken, so day wise the target is given. If we are unable to achieve day wise target, corrective action can be taken. What could be the corrective action? That if you are lacking in the achieving the target for day one, ultimately you should be aware that next time in tomorrow you have to achieve more targets, right? So we will stop here. In the next section we will be continuing.